because a coach would more rather offer a player from his state a half a scholarship where he do not have to pay for accommodation, but bring in an international player, he will need to give him tuition and accommodation. So it's more financially beneficial.
I'm accountable to really do it. Financially beneficial. Yes, it's a competition for places.
It's competition.
It's a competition for places.
Right. So that's what I said to my players, be good at your academics. So at 14 years old now, 15, I have my players started focusing on the SATs. Right? And I just looking for the day when one of my players can get 1,600 out of 1,600 in the SATs.
It's coming soon. You're already hitting 1,500, right?
1,460.
Okay, you're getting there. You're getting closer.
I'm getting there. So that's what, from 14 years old now, I'm preparing a 4-year program. So that when they get 18, they'll be able to score 1,500 and above to 1,600. So it's a strategy because I know that I have competition. So I'm gonna have to compete with the academies in terms of academics, in terms of aptitude and attitude, and along with soccer skills.
It's you know, it's to really go into the information, me living here and working in different academies here, the development, what we work with these kids, it's not what it used to be. And the training that we are doing with these kids to get these kids ready for college soccer, it's a different training. You know, the regiment that we are doing, you know, we have the off season where you go into the gym. You have a how you eat, the things that you eat, how you rest. You get yourself ready for where you're going. And you know, so I know there's a lot of kids are listening from the Caribbean region and outside of America. A lot of coaches too are realizing now that they're starting to get a number of top collegiate athletes in America. Before they would not getting that amount. But the coaches now, we are developing ourselves, doing the courses, traveling in different parts of the world and getting the license. And you know, coaches in America now are making, you know, a living off of soccer. So it's your job. It's not like in the Caribbean where you go out and you work in another company and then you come and play soccer, or you come and coach soccer for 2-3 hours. This is your career. So you are properly trained in your career. You have your degrees, or you also have your license. In what you're doing. And you have refresher license. You have all the different organizations in the US who do all these different license that is happening, and coaches are traveling. I know for myself, I travel to different states. Sometimes I drive to different states with different license, and not just the soccer. You're talking about futsal. We're talking about the different things we go, you know, we deal, the mental aspect of it, you know, of soccer. You're dealing with the nutrition in soccer. All these things we are dealing with, and we are learning and growing and developing. So so when we are working with a kid in the US and he's exposed to that kind of development, and he has his parents and everyone that is backing him, versus a kid in the Caribbean who is not exposed to that, you are already at a disadvantage, right?
Yes, because we do it voluntary.
That's it.
It's done voluntary. The finance come from out of your pocket.
This is it. You're already at a disadvantage. So when a kid, and you were saying it early on, when a kid is leaving the Caribbean region to come to the US to compete for scholarship against kids who are already here, you're already at a disadvantage. So that is why you have to get your SATs all the way up there, your grade point average, your certificate, your training. You gotta get these things organized, because one one of the things I can tell you, because I get a lot of kids in schools and that kind of stuff, is that once you're American citizen, just so many grants here available to you.
That's right, yeah.
And the school will quicker look at you as a US citizen to get you into school because it costs them a lot less money.
Yes, for an international student.
Than an international student.
Yes.
And their parents are here supporting them and family supporting them. So it's becoming very, very challenging.
Yes, right, yeah.
Yes, for international students to get into the US, it's not like it's how it used to be before, because the kids in the US now are playing soccer 10 and 11 months a year now.
Yes.
And when the season outside is finished, they are inside playing futsal.
Yeah.
And playing and traveling all over the US. They are traveling internationally and playing tournaments internationally.
Yes. And the advantage that USA kids has is that they can play in a number of showcases a year or every week. But Caribbean, we could only come at least once or the most twice a year. And that is a cost. Once a student can go from Florida to New York in a bus or whatever, or drive, we have to catch a plane. And that is like that is like 1,500 to 1,600 or 800 US dollars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the kids who are listening on the social media
Yeah.
and on Zoom here, you gotta do your homework. You gotta get yourself organized properly to get in a school.
Yes.
It's not like I played in the college league in the Caribbean and the name was in the papers and people know me that is going to get into school. It's not like that anymore.
Mm.
Because being a coach here in the US, and I work with kids from all different ages. You have kids here in the preschools and all, 3 and 4 are kicking the ball around and playing soccer.
Yes.
And then you have the academies with the 5 and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds coming up playing soccer, and they're playing the rec soccer,
Yeah.
they're playing travel soccer,
Mm.
they're playing premier soccer, they're playing the futsal,
Yeah.
and all these kids are traveling in different states and playing tournaments. So the soccer in the US, if you look at the US national team now, you seeing 19 and 20-year-old kids
Yeah.
playing at a very high level. And these kids wasn't developing in different parts of the world. They were developing in the US here.
Yeah.
So something is happening in the US with these kids being developed in the US here.
Yeah.
Homegrown product. And the coaches now are looking in the US and they're asking me to, Anthony, do you have any kids out in New York, any kids out of New Jersey, Florida, Anthony? We need some local kids. Yes, for the financial reason too, but
Yeah.
these kids too, the environment that they are brought up in.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Not trying to not encourage the Caribbean kids, but they are supported,
Yeah.
these kids, when they're playing soccer at a young age. Like this morning, we had the last day in our camp, and when you look around, you are seeing it's like hundreds of parents are there with these kids.
Yeah.
They are being properly supported playing soccer from a young age, which is building their confidence that at that age, their parents is coming to see them, their family is there with them, they have that support with them. And the coaches are well developed in the US and they're doing their courses. So you have a good mesh to develop an all-around athlete,
Yeah.
a student athlete to go on to play at top level. Interesting, interesting.
But, but you know, Anthony, Caribbean people that are fighters, we don't give up.
Oh, yes.
We try to reach the top of the hill, right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
try to go to the top um of the spring, where the water is clear and sweet. So we will work, we will fight, we will
Yes,
continue to pursue our
yes.
strategies,
Mhm.
and we will continue to make improvements in our strategies.
Yeah, we got to think out outside the box. I think that is critical. And from listening to you and having conversations with you, your
Yes,
whole program is just totally outside the box. How you develop your kids, how you go about it. You're traveling, and you're not going in one tournament. You're hitting 2 and 3 tournaments in one trip.
and one trip, yes, yes,
Yes, and you're building relationships with the different hotels. You are working out strategies when you go out, so it, cost effective ways of getting the kids out for the kids and them to develop. You're not about yourself. You're about the kids.
exactly.
You about their future. You about improving their lives, and you are giving them the tools
Yes,
that they need to go forward and be successful. So if you have an under 14 or under 13 kid that is traveling out to Disney World to play these tournaments at a young age,
yes,
with 3 to 4 to 5 more years again to go to get into college, and you are traveling for 4 or 5 years playing different tournaments, that has a positive effect on you.
yes, right. They get to know the culture of the opponents and
That's it.
how do they play soccer,
The
right?
environment. You're
Yes,
going into that environment.
yes, exactly.
And that is what is needed throughout the Caribbean region.
Yeah,
More clubs playing more tournaments abroad,
yes, yes,
traveling with these kids.
yeah,
For them, let them, because a lot of the kids you deal with too, they're getting, you don't want them to get culture shock when they come to the US to go to school.
yes, right, exactly.
You,
So
you
from
don't want,
early, for example, my on the 13th team, was traveling to the rugby tournament for a number of years,
yes.
right? To just to expose them to the a different culture.
Mhm.
But as you know, in Canada, do not offer the amount of scholarships
Yes.
as in the USA.
Yes.
So we goes to the USA for scholarship opportunities.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting.
Yes.
Mr. Bovell, I wanna thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today, chatting with us, about some of the wonderful work that you are doing in Barbados, and your service to Barbados, and not just to Barbados, to the Caribbean region.
Yes.
So many lives you have changed and touched, and influence you have in terms of what you're doing there, and creating, memories and development, opportunities for these kids. It's very impressive, and I must congratulate you on it, what you're doing there. And you have a plan, a master plan that you're working on, and you continue, fixing, adjusting, tweaking your plan over the years, with so many teams traveling back and forth, and kids traveling at all different level, and then raising the funds for these kids to be able to travel, and to be able to rub shoulders with kids their age, to learn and grow and develop. So I want to thank you so much for being with us today. And as I said, gracing us with your presence. I would be, tapping on some of that knowledge in what you're doing. And I promise you, I know you extended invitation for me to come to Barbados and scout some kids for colleges. And I promise you that I would be there. I would come to Barbados. I'm gonna get some coaches to come along with me, some collegiate coaches to come along with me, so we could firsthand, see some of those kids and create opportunities for them, and to open up doors, because as I usually say, there's no lack of opportunities.
Mm.
The problem is
Exactly.
not the opportunities.
Right.
The issues is being prepared
Yeah.
to take advantage of the opportunities.
Yes.
This is where the issue lies. Having kids ready
Mm.
to step into that environment, and affect that environment in a positive way. to go forward and do a lot of things. So once again, I want to thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and being here and spending some time with us. And I know we would continue chatting as we go along, because I have some of your kids too that I am getting into college and university here.
Right.
And you should be getting some great news back pretty soon, because the kids you sent me already, one, academically, they are up there.
Yes, right, yes, right.
Yeah, the kids you sent me, academically, they are up there. I look at their videos, it stops. Their profile stops. And you can see they travel to different tournaments. So they have an advantage already.
Yes, right, yes.
And that is good. One of the things, just housekeeping notes, guys, we want to thank you guys too for joining us. One of the things, Mr. Bovell, and I know you would be excited about this, I had a meeting with owner of a company in Trinidad. I don't want to call her name. I know she might be logged on. She works on getting grants for kids to get into colleges and universities.
Okay.
So she gets the grants for kids who needs help getting grants for kids. She gets placements for schools, and she taps into some of these top colleges and universities abroad. And she's very educated and organized in that field.
Yes.
Where she gets the top grants and finances to help kids with their schooling. So this adds to the pie, because this is a major area that we are trying to solve, the financial aspect. And I'm in conversations with her, and we continue to talk about it, because she has already placed a number of kids, not just for sports, just academic scholarships alone.
Yeah.
And getting getting finances from universities to get these kids into the universities, which is really good.
But Anthony, you can give her a number. We would love to have her on board.
I would do that. I would do that. And I
welcome. Any person out there who are willing to help Caribbean kids.
Yes.
I would really appreciate their help.
That's it. Well, I am working on a number of them, and there's a pool of people that have that those different skill set that I'm in conversations with, and I'm going to be bringing them to the table pretty soon. Not just the collegiate area, some of them will be on the set too, who take players to different tournaments in Italy, around the world, with all the Juventus and Napoli, who are looking for kids 17, 18, 19. Some of them will be coming on the set pretty soon to chat with us, and they have Caribbean roots.
That's very good.
And these are people who are like-minded people. They are not into what they're doing for money.
Yeah.
They are in this to help and support and create opportunities for kids. And these are the people that I am working with, not people who are looking for money. I'm looking for people to work with me who would want to put these kids first.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is what this is about. This is about the kids. This is not about how much money you could make in the process. That is not something that I focus on. And you should know my service. I don't charge kids to get them into schools. I do it totally free, because this is not about making money. This is about helping kids, opening opportunities for them, creating things for them so they could go on and be great at what they're doing. So there's a number of people that I'm going to be bringing on the set just now. We are in discussions. I know some of them are viewing right now because I send out some invitation for them to come on the set, and we would have them pretty soon where we would be able to chat with them some more about their services.
I can say the same thing also. I've never charged a penny or received a cent for the 36 scholarships that I have secured for kids over the last 10 years at USA colleges.
Beautiful. It's all about service.
It's all about service. Exactly.
It's all about service. It's all about helping people, creating opportunities for them, and they going on to be the best that they could be. So guys, thank you so much again for logging in with us today. Mr. Bovell, thank you so much. We would be in contact. I know either later on today I will be chatting with you, or tomorrow during the week. as we go forward. As I mentioned to you, I have a number of coaches already that I'm putting together. As soon as the COVID kinds of die down, we would be coming through the Caribbean region, some top colleges and universities, where we would be coming to look at some of these kids and to get these kids organized to come and play. And it's not about something that we want to be charging kids to be a part of what we are doing. We want to get it organized in such a way that the kids have you know, less than minimum to pay to get involved. Because what we're trying to do is to think outside the box, get the hotels involved, get the rental vehicle companies involved, get companies involved in what we're doing, so there wouldn't be any charge for the kids and them to participate in what we are doing. So it becomes something that would be free for them to participate, and we would have kids coming from all genres, all areas, communities, because there's a lot of talented and gifted kids who would want to participate but don't have finances to be able to pay to be involved in these things. And that is what we are trying to do. Make it free of charge, where we can talk to the people in the stadiums and they could give us the stadiums for free. Organize the meals and the drinks and the accommodations for free, where there's no cost passed on to these kids. So we would really get the grassroots kids getting involved in these things. Yes?
Right. Anthony, I thank you very much for giving me the privilege to talk on your channel. And I hope that God will bless you in your endeavors and your organization will go from strength to strength. And don't forget, my name is Jabez. You know what that meant in the Bible?
Yes, man. Jabez, man.
But,
Powerful prayer. Powerful prayer.
yes.
Powerful prayer, Jabez. Powerful prayer. Asking the Lord to bless him indeed and extend his borders and territories, that his hand will be upon him.
So granted.
And God grant Jabez everything that he requested.
Yes.
Jabez prayer.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Have a wonderful evening. We talk soon again. And as we go forward, changing lives and making a difference in the Caribbean region, around the world. Have a wonderful evening.